A rebound for Japanese stocks, but the major indexes complete their worst week in several months. Hello everyone and happy Friday to you. It's June 17th. All right, let's get you a full roundup of today's trading action, starting with a check of the closing figures. And there you see a pretty nice rebound for the major indices. As you can imagine, there was some bargain hunting going on after the Nikkei had fallen just about 7% through Thursday. Just about half of those losses coming in yesterday's session after the BOJ refrained from introducing more stimulus. Well, investors also breathing a sigh of relief after the yen took a bit of a pause from its recent strengthening trend, giving a boost to pretty much every sector. Well, it's still been a pretty tough week for the Nikkei, as you can see there, down just about 6%. The index has seen its worst week in just about 4 months. So investors saw a pretty good opportunity to pick up some recently battered shares today. The yen, even though it's still at some pretty strong levels against the dollar, did actually pull back, and that was in the wake of Thursday's inaction by the BOJ. The currency briefly touched 103.55. That's its strongest level since August 2014. Now today the pair traded in the mid 104 range for much of the day, so we saw that giving a boost to some of the exporters. Toyota, for one, up almost 2.7%. Panasonic gaining 2.4%, while Canon was up 1.4%. Now gains were limited as real estate firms extended their declines. That sector is expected to benefit most from the BOJ's negative rate policy, since it should boost housing investment with lower mortgage rates. So we've seen shares falling in reaction to the BOJ standing pat on rates. Sumitomo Realty and Development was down another 0.5% today. Mitsui Fudosan adding on to yesterday's losses, down today 0.8%. Mitsubishi Estate falling a further 1.4%. Well, Nishi Matsuya chain with a nice surge today. The children's clothing chain store operator raised its operating profit forecast for the fiscal year through February 2017 by nearly $1 billion yen. You can see there what happened with the stock today, up sharply, more than 17.5%. Well, according to sources, Mitsubishi Motors plans to pay 100,000 yen. That's just about $950 to every customer affected by the automaker's emissions fraud. The money is meant to cover costs incurred by owners, namely for gasoline, because fuel efficiency numbers were manipulated by the company. Now, the payouts would total an estimated 62.5 billion yen. Part of that has already been treated as an extraordinary loss for the fiscal year ended March, and the remainder will be included in the books for the current fiscal year. Mitsubishi Motors was up today 6.4%. Well, SoftBank Group is reportedly in late-stage talks to sell Finnish smartphone game developer Supercell to Chinese tech giant Tencent Holdings. Now, this deal could be announced as soon as this month. It's estimated to be worth somewhere between 700 billion and 800 billion yen. The two sides are currently hammering out details, including the number of shares to be sold and the price. Now, the sale is part of SoftBank's push to raise funds to invest in Asian internet companies. It's raising close to $10 billion by selling shares of Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba Group Holdings. You can see SoftBank, though, was down on the session about 0.25%. All right, before we sign off, I want to tell you about the latest company to list at the Tokyo Stock Exchange. And Yamami Company made its debut on the JASDAQ. It's a food and beverage sector company, mainly engaged in the manufacture and sale of bean curd and its related products. All right, that's how things are looking for the week from the Tokyo Stock Exchange. I'm Ron Madison, JPX Markets Today.